So in times when the economy speeds up, it can speed up too much, creating an inflationary environment. So the Fed comes in like zirconium metal nuclear reactor rods, that's a mouthful, to cool the whole thing down. Now, because if the Fed doesn't, like Chernobyl, the whole economy might just blow up, and that's not good for anybody. Now, we're going somewhere with this, people. Go something like this. Joanna, can you explain this?
Inflation. 2 major types with 5 major causes. First, cutting interest rates.
And is the Fed guilty of that? Check. We did that with the Fed bringing the fund rate down to at or around 0.
Number 2, increasing the money supply. And 3, higher wages. These 3 reasons lead to what's called demand push inflation, where the aggregate demand grows faster than the aggregate supply. Or to put it in our terms, higher wages, drop in rates, and increased money lead to an economy that grows too fast, leading to demand pushing inflation.
So we did all these things. We knew this would be the result, and we still did it. Insanity, right? But sadly, short-term pleasure at the expense of long-term pain, like right now. Because, man, this is how we do it.
The second form of inflation is caused again by higher wages. Devaluation, which is increasing the cost of imported goods and also the boost to domestic demand. And finally, an increase in VAT, which stands for the value-added tax. These points lead to inflation. We are guilty of knowingly going down this path, realizing that the cure is for the Fed to tank the economy. Any college freshman who took an econ class knows this, and yet the brightest minds checked each and every inflation-causing box. So now, interest rates are dropping despite the Fed's best efforts to intervene and stop it.
And this is kind of scary because you know the Fed's only recourse is to keep trying to slow the economy via their one and only means of market manipulation. And that is to simply keep raising rates. But now, what's gonna happen?
What's going to happen is the exact opposite of what the Fed wanted. Understand this point. The more the Fed raises rates, the more likely we plunge headfirst into a recession, and the more likely a recession, the more rates will drop.
The Fed should have seen that raising rates will cause the exact opposite of what's intended. Should we have faith that this will be the case and they won't raise rates? Well, go back to the beginning of this video and look at our policies that got us here in the first place. Sadly, probably not. Hey, listen, I hope it helps. We are punching through the other side right now, my friends. Our webinar last week with Mike Farr was an unmitigated success. We just killed it and people loved it. We know that because we backhauled everybody and gave anyone who wanted it all the information at their fingertips. Now listen, Mike Farr is going to be doing a second part of this webinar. It's going to be about leadership. It's a contact sport, and yes, it is. It's going to be this upcoming Thursday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, just a couple of days away from now. Don't miss it. This is going to be the best series of interviews that I've ever done with webinars in the mortgage and real estate space in the past 18 years. So check it out. Just fill out the information right down below. See you in a couple days. Now make sure you jump on that Mike Farr webinar in a couple of days. It's Thursday, 13th at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time about leadership of contact sport. You don't want to miss it. Hey guys, do me a favor. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks a bunch.